to my kitchen. Today I am making Handi Kabab. Handi Kabab is sort of made with Sikh kebab, and if you guys have watched my video, which I made it chicken Sikh kebab, today's kebab is exactly I'm going to make the same way. Instead of chicken, I'm using beef, but for any reason you do not want to make it with beef, you can make it with ground chicken, ground lamb meat, or ground goat meat. And after making it Sikh kebab, there's extra step in it which I'm going to show you guys today. So let's follow me through this process and let's note down the ingredients. Okay, over here I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, about 2 medium-sized onions, 2 slices of bread, half a bunch of chopped cilantro, 1 large jalapeno. If you don't have jalapeno handy, you can use 2 serrano chilies or any kind of hot green chili, 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala powder, 1.5 teaspoon of salt or according to your taste, 1 teaspoon of Cayenne pepper powder, 2 teaspoons, actually it is 2.5 teaspoons of Coriander powder, 2.5 teaspoons of Cumin Powder, 2.5 teaspoons of garlic paste, 2.5 teaspoons of ginger paste, and this is something that is optional. It is about 2 tablespoons of packaged Sikh Kabab Masala. You can easily find it in any grocery store. You can pick any of your favorite brand Sikh Kabab Masala, but we're not going to use the whole package, only 1.5 to 2 tablespoons. There's a, I don't know why, there's some kind of ingredients in this spice mixture, which is pretty much, I don't know, commercial, that no matter what you do, you cannot bring this taste using your own spices at home. So you can use 2 tablespoons. If you don't have it or you cannot find it, skip it. And we're gonna need some oil. Okay, now over here I told you guys about the Sikh Kabab Masala or mixture. Over here, these ingredients are to make the gravy for Handi Kabab. Over here I have 1 large onion sliced, about 5 to 6 medium-sized tomatoes diced or chopped, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of Cayenne pepper powder. You can reduce the amount of the heat if you don't want like your food very spicy. I'm trying to use less of the heat in the gravy because our Sikh kebabs are going to be already very spicy. About 1/4 teaspoon of salt or according to your taste, 1 teaspoon of garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and about 2 teaspoons of dried fenugreek leaves, which is also called kasuri methi. Alright, let's start making our Sikh kebab. Okay, we're gonna need food processor to make our Sikh kebab masala. Okay, I'm going to roughly chop onion, just like so. Green chili, okay, I'm going to process it until it becomes finely chopped. Now remember, do not process it until you can see the juices from onion is coming out or it has become liquidy or watery. Otherwise you cannot shape your Sikh kebabs. So make sure you do not process it a lot. It should remain dry. Okay, our onion is going to look pretty much like this. I'm going to take it out in a separate bowl. Okay, now make sure that your onions are not becoming watery. Again, make it sure, otherwise it's going to give you a problem while you're trying to shape your seekh kebab. Okay, over here I'm going to soak these breads a little bit with water so it will be easy, very easy to mix it along ground beef. Okay, as I said, I'm going to soak it. So I soaked it and I pretty much squeezed it as much water I can take out of it. This is how it's going to become. And now I'm going to add half of this ground beef in my food processor along this soaked bread slices. Only half of it, not the whole amount of your ground beef. Okay, that's it. We're done with food processor. I'm not gonna need it anymore. Okay, I'm going to add this finely chopped onions in this ground beef. Cilantro. Packet spice mix. Garlic paste, ginger paste, and goes coriander and cumin seed powder, cayenne powder, cayenne pepper powder, salt, garam masala powder. Okay, now I'm going to use my hand to mix it well. Now remember, if you wanna use lean ground beef for seekh kebab, that's okay, but for some reason meat with a little bit of fat in it always tastes better while making kebabs. Okay, I have mixed the spices and the ground beef, so our kebab masala is ready. And over here I have about a half cup of plain water. I'm going to wet palm of my hand like so. Grab about this much of kebab masala and get a spoon just like so. And make your seekh kebabs. Try to hold the spoon upwards. If you hold it like this, it's gonna drop while you're trying to make it look nice. So just hold it upwards. Slide it. Place it on the tray, and just like that I'm going to make all these kebabs before frying them. Okay, another tip for you guys. You guys can make it ahead of a time, these kebabs, and just like that, just after shaping, place a non-stick foil or those plastic saran wraps on the tray and then deep freeze them, because if you're gonna leave it on the tray just like so for freezing, it's gonna stick to your pan or tray. So just line it with that plastic or non-stick foil, freeze it, and whenever you're ready you can take it out and fry it. You don't have to thaw it. Okay, I've shaped the kebabs and I'm going to shallow fry it now. Okay, my frying pan is already pretty hot. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. A little bit, not a lot. We're shallow frying it, not deep frying. Okay, medium-high heat, we're going to fry it for about 4 minutes or 5 minutes or so, not more than that. And make sure that do not add a lot of kebabs at once in your pan. Do not overcrowd it. Otherwise, it is going to be way too hard to move them around. It's going to break apart. Going to fry about 2 or 2.5 minutes each side. Okay, I've flipped the side. When you're flipping the side, you need to be very careful not to break the kebab. That's why I'm using 2 spatulas instead of 1. And make sure don't fry the kebab for too long, otherwise it's gonna become very dry. 1 more minute. Okay, it is done for both sides. I'm going to take it out in a separate dish. Okay, I've fried all the kebabs, and now I'm going to make its gravy. Okay, to make our gravy, first I'm going to add about half a cup of oil, and I'm going to fry this onion until it becomes light golden brown. Okay, as you can see, the onion has turned slightly golden brown, or very, very light brown. Now I'm going to add cumin seeds, along with garlic paste, tomato, all the spices, turmeric, cayenne pepper powder, salt. And I am going to cook it until the juices of tomatoes are pretty much gone, like almost 75% gone. 5 to 6 minutes. Alright, the juices are pretty much evaporated. Do not make it very, very dry, but like I said, it should be 75% dry. Okay, before I'm transferring it to the pan, I'm going to add the dried vinaigrette towards the very end, because when you are using fenugreek leaves in your recipe, if you add it ahead of a time or in the beginning, what it does is it turns the color of your food very dark, kind of brownish, or let's say dark green, which doesn't look very appetizing. So try to add the specific ingredients towards the very end. Okay, now I'm going to transfer this gravy in that same frying pan that we fried those kebabs. Okay, the reason why I said cook these tomatoes with the spices only 75%, because now we're going to place the kebabs on top of this gravy and we're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So we do not want our gravy very dry, otherwise it's going to burn from the bottom. It should have a little bit of moisture in it. Okay, now I'm going to place these kebabs carefully on top of the gravy. Oops, I broke one. Okay, I'm gonna leave this 3 outside because my husband, he asked me to leave 3 without a gravy for him. Okay, now this part is totally optional. You can add this thickly sliced onions when you're about to simmer these kebabs along gravy on very top, or you can totally skip it. I like these onions on top of these kebabs, but it's totally up to you. You want to add it, go ahead, otherwise skip it. Same way you can add green chilies, whole green chilies as well on top. Okay, I'm going to reduce the heat and cover it for about 10 minutes. Make sure your heat is on the lowest as possible. That's it. Okay, let's check on our kebabs, if they're ready or not. They're ready. Perfectly ready. I'm ready to turn off the stove. Alright, today's recipe, Handi Kabab, is ready, and please let me know about your feedback, and do not forget to subscribe. Oh yes, I totally forgot how you're going to serve it with, especially for those viewers that have never tried this or not familiar with this cuisine. Serve it with naan, paratha, kulcha, or chapati, whatever makes you happy. Please do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys with another recipe. You guys take care. Bye-bye.